Hello everybody to the decks of the weekend. Every Monday I highlight for you some of the decks that caught my attention, that top hated some modern challenges or just online events, maybe sometimes paper events. The deck that caught my attention this weekend has been for sure this Pyre Humans that top hated the modern challenge on Saturday that I will be playing for the channel in the next days, so stay tuned. But we're playing Pyre of Heroes. 2 mana artifact, top 2, sacrifice a creature, and you search your library for a humans, in this case, that costs 1 more than that. So you sacrifice a Noble Arc, you get Thalia's Lieutenant. You sacrifice a Melee Mage, you can go get Adeline, or you can get Extractionist Specialist, a card that I have already played on the channel, if you remember last humans video. And you can reanimate the Melee Mage that you just sacrificed. And you can sack the Extraction Specialist so that you can attack with a Melee Mage to get Yawgmoth, which is another card that I have played and will be on the video on the channel tomorrow. The Yawgmoth, speaking of which, won that challenge, first place. Blackgreen Yawgmoth keeps on doing well in the challenges. Of course, 4-color elementals, blue-red Murktide, Hammer Time. Hammer Time in particular performed very well this weekend with a lot of top 8s, a lot of copies in the top 8, and the winner, who keeps on winning with that deck. Happy Sandwich is the nickname. But yeah, I decided to just get into details of this deck because this is a cool deck. Pyre of Heroes is a card that hasn't really been explored much. The deck plays 3 copies of Charming Prince, the reason being that it's pretty good with Extraction Specialist, as you can sacrifice Charming Prince, get the Specialist, get back Charming Prince, blink the Specialist to reanimate another 2-drop that died, or just 1 or 2-drop that died. 19 lands. The sideboard has Graveyard Trespasser, which is a very good card in Standard. In my experience, it also sees a lot of play in Pioneer. That's why it's like 7 ticks on Magic Online. And I guess just good against grindy matchups. Hard to kill. And then you have a lot of toolbox of things to tutor up with your Pyre of Heroes. Drynet Magistrate, Dawnbreaker Cleric, Dark Command. I love Drynet Magistrate right now in Standard, in Modern. Very good against Leading End, and very good against Rhinos, because of the 3 toughness, doesn't die to Dead, Gunfire Eyes, Bone Crusher of the Rhinos, and Leading End sometimes has trouble dealing with just creatures, hate bears into play, of course. We also have Lavinia, Valley Mage, and so on and so forth. The other format I wanted to showcase to you today isn't Pioneer, but it is Legacy. This super sweet deck also keeps on winning modern challenges, legacy challenges, this time in the hands of Medvedev, a known Magic Online grinder. Mono Black keeps on winning in Legacy. You heard it right. It's playing Urza Saga. So you're doing that thing as well as Vampirix Mage, Thespian Stage, Dark Depths. You're attacking on 2 different angles. Value with Dark Confident, Dothy Voidwalker, Urza Saga, and combo with Vampirix Mage, Thoughtseize and your rest to protect, as well as Pithing Needle to protect yourself against the Wasteland, and Map. Speaking of Map, there's a super sweet cyber plan that involves bringing in Ayavugin, Cabal Coffers, and Emrakul. So what you do is that you side these 3 cards against control, like a Jeskai control, and then you get your Cabal Coffers with the Pithing Needle, with Expedition Map, and you have Urborg as well, so it gives you a lot of mana. And then you have Ayavugin that you can also get with Map, and then you just cast the Emrakul. Not sure if that's better than just chaining Urza Sagas, but I guess this is something that Medvedev and other people have also tried. The deck also top-hated the following day with the same list. 4 Elm of Obedience in the sideboard to go along with the Leyline of the Void. That's an infinite combo, or rather mills your opponent deck. And then you have 3 Opposition Agent, just overall good card. You can, opponent goes fetch go, you go land Dark Ritual Opposition Agent, and they don't fetch and you fetch for them, so that's cool. But yeah, Legacy format is going to be, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I'll be playing 4 Seasons tournaments this weekend. I'll be playing Friday team event in the combination of Javier Dominguez and Makuto. as well as on Saturday I'll be playing a modern main event, and then on Sunday I'll be playing a legacy main event. Those will be events with over 200 players, over 300 players. Actually, don't know the numbers. They used to be very large before, and now after the pandemic, where nobody really played Magic and everyone wants to just come here, go in Bologna, definitely Blue Hotel, and I'll be telling you everything about it next week. About that event. And now I like to always give you a little bit of content of Magic Arena. And I'm not going to show you something that you haven't seen before, because Jeskai Inata won the New Capena Set Championship in the hands of Jan Moritz Merkel. So it's definitely a deck that if you follow Standard, you know about. So why am I showing it to you? Well, because it won both Standard challenges on Saturday and Sunday. This list of Jeskai Inata that Jan Moritz Merkel won the PT the previous week also won 2 events afterwards. The team of Jan Moritz Merkel, of Jabberwocky, and some other people, they were the only people playing Inata, and they dominated the event. And the deck is dominating after, when the deck is out in the map as well. So it's definitely a sign that the deck isn't respected. The deck is a sign that the deck is very good, and it's a sign that if you play Standard, you should definitely keep this deck in check. Again, if you've never seen it before, you go Inata down Crowned, 4 mana 4 flank trample. It means that whenever you cast Magma Opus, you can pay it 2 mana only. So that's a great combination. You're not playing that many March of the Swirling Mist. That card wasn't great. Whenever I saw a list with like 3 or 4 of this, I was always surprised. But this deck is very good. It's doing very well, and it is the way to go in Standard, which also had a very large event in Japan, a very important Japan Championship. I'll make sure to link this in the deck guide in the description as well. Was won by Sho Kamizaki. This was the Japanese championship with a ton of players. 237 that had to qualify to get to this event. And the deck was won by Hordes of Midrange with Silver Silencer. Just Japan players, they are way more wild than the rest of the world when it comes to deck building. They just add cards that not that many people consider. Second place is at Control. Third place, Esper, with 2 copies of Exotic Pets, a card that saw in 2 different decks in the top 8. So definitely a top 8 to explore if you want to. Again, I'll be adding it in the description to give you more content about Standard. And have a good week. Later today, you're going to have a Vivian combo video, and then 1 video every day, Modern, maybe Legacy this week as well. I want to explore some of the decks to consider for the 4 seasons. Have a good day, everybody.